How's it going, traders? This is the US100 setup from today's watch list, and um, this trade is an ABC schematic through the opening range, the coil down below. This is in the playbook, an exact replica of the coil, pump, dump, and breakout of the range. I took it from inside of the range, off the closing price, and I went in twice. So it's a double risk trade. It's a 3-star quality setup. Now, it was quite tricky at the value area high from yesterday. But having broken through that, we've now come up to the previous day's Wall Street lows breakdown level, which could be problematic for the rest of the trade, which I've left on. I'll give that a I'll give it a red color for resistance. So I've taken partials, which is essentially for me a 3R outcome, regardless of what now happens, because I doubled up on the trade. So it's a 3R day for me, no matter what, break even on the remainder. Should the price potentially hold, let's say, at the Wall Street opening range highs, we've got here the London breakout highs, high of the London range, coming down to retest that currently. So should this act as support, this area, then we might be looking at all-time highs for today. It is Thursday, so not particularly a day that we'd expect to see complete commitment, given that we've still got tomorrow as part of the cycle of the week. So as you can see here, a pretty strong rejection, back now below that support that I was talking about, or presumed potential support at least. So looking as though we're going to get a 3R outcome out of this, stopped out at break even, which is absolutely fine. And while this is playing out, let's just go to the bigger picture. The market overall, over here, bottom right of the screen. This is the weekly chart. This is the volume profile and TPO profile. The market broke out of last week's range, so it's in a breakout situation of the value areas of both last week and the prior week, at all-time highs. So not really much to report on that other than we're above the monthly VWAP, but we're coming up here. Is this the weekly VWAP that we're still above? Yeah, as we're in breakout. So top right here, you can see that we're in breakout of last week's highs. Okay, this was yesterday, closing as a doji day. Not particularly bullish, is it? But we did drop and pump up. So this is like a day zero scenario. Day zero scenario would be one that whereby we broke out of the prior day here, but we closed back inside. So that's not a breakout. And then over here, well, it's a fake out high. But then over here, we've taken out the low and moved back inside. So if you imagine it as sort of a sandwich, right? There's the peak formation high, peak formation low. There's the filling inside the sandwich that's getting squeezed out in line with whatever last happened. Whatever last happened was a fake out low of yesterday. So this is a bullish scenario. albeit at all-time highs, right? So, and it being Thursday, we've got a situation where this is day two, and on the cycle. So day one, day two, day three, midweek. If this is the higher week, we assume this will be day one, day two, continuation to the downside. So there are prospects that this can close below yesterday's lows to confirm that this is day two, and we might get a day three correction back up, or a day three explosive move down back into last month's highs. So we'll have to wait and see, but we have had support from last month's highs so far, pushing up. So it's a bit two-way. There's no real bias, and there we have it. And then on the nearer term chart, we can see this schematic in play. We've got sort of a peak formation low here, potential peak formation high, pushing down. What we did have for the trade setup was a peak formation high up here, peak formation low, pushing up, breaking out. So that's the sandwich filling being squeezed out, if you like, to the upside. That was the motivation behind the intraday trade. As I said, we've come up into the Wall Street opening range lows as a resistance, albeit we're above, or we had been above, the value area high from yesterday, which could have made way for a move up to fresh highs, all-time highs, but so far not panning out parabolically. But I mean, if we go back to what we're looking at over here, this area is acting as support. Well, we've come down to the 20 EMA. We've come back into the VWAP, the New York Open, Wall Street Open VWAP, opening price VWAP. And if we want to expand that support then down into the VWAP, we've got our break-even point just below the VWAP there. I mean, minus the spread. If it wants to be cruel and come down and take us out, then it will do. At the VWAP due to the spread. But let's see. So we're just running now at break even, stress free, and time to go on a bike ride, as it were. No point sitting here watching paint dry. So a nice, well executed trade setup, ABC, coil, and taking it from the inside off the closing price. Prospects of a 100% range expansion would be the ultimate target, just above yesterday's highs for all-time highs. But Thursday being a tricky day and potential chop, I'm not holding out much anticipation of that outcome, hence taking half off at 3R. So a good outcome no matter what.